everybody, I'm Lara Trump coming to you from Studio 45 at Trump Tower in New York City. Despite a baseless impeachment inquiry, Team Trump is calm, cool, and collected, and we're building a winning operation for 2020. Joining me is Republican National Committee Chairwoman and my good friend, Ronna McDaniel. Ronna, welcome back.
So good to be here. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I can't believe you just had a baby. All women across the country are jealous.
Well, I'm just trying to keep up with moms of multiple kids out there, as we all know. You're doing great. It's a little hectic. Something else that has been hectic and crazy is the Democrat Party. Nancy Pelosi recently announced that there would be an impeachment inquiry against the president. You issued a statement. Tell us a little bit about what you said.
So one of the things we called on was if they're going to issue impeachment against the president, an inquiry, let's see Joe Biden's transcripts from his conversations with Ukraine and with China, especially as his son was profiting and leveraging the vice president's influence to gain financially. So we're saying, you know what, Joe? Why don't you let us know what you were doing? The president is being transparent. He's released the transcript. He has nothing to hide. But I do think we have to look at the leading vice presidential candidate or presidential candidate on the Democrat side right now and get to the bottom of what he did.
Well, and you've commented about quid pro Joe, as some call him. This Ukraine story, though, is really bad for him. It's not going to look good for him. How do you think this could impact things for him from the Democrats' standpoint? He is still the front runner to be their nominee for president. What do you think about this?
I think everyone should pay attention to this. I mean, he is on camera bragging that he went to Ukraine. He said, I will withhold $1 billion from our country unless you fire a prosecutor that happened to be prosecuting a company that his son sat on the board of. Yeah. His son made $3 million from that company despite having no knowledge of that industry or Ukraine. So It really is terrible what happened. We need to get to the bottom of it. There's true corruption that happened in the Obama administration. Democrats right now aren't taking the bait, but I think they're going to have a reckoning because if he becomes their nominee, the American people do not like seeing politicians leverage their influence for financial gain for their family members.
Right. No, absolutely. So changing gears just a little bit, we are heading into a big election year. We have seen some record fundraising numbers at the RNC, at the campaign. Tell me about why this is so important and really what it says out there as we look forward to an election year.
Well, first of all, the support and the enthusiasm for President Trump is through the roof. Yeah. And that's what it says. I mean, he is the #1 fundraiser. There's nobody who does it better. And it's low dollar, it's major donor, it's at every single level that we're breaking records. And it's because of this president. And just in August, the RNC reported that we raised $23 million, which is a record all time
just for the month
for any party in political history in an off year. And obviously that was led by the president. The DNC raised just $8 million. They spent more than they raised. They have very little cash on hand. Yeah. We have a significant amount of cash on hand. That is going to help us win. But it is really because of the president. He is fueling this enthusiasm because he's made people's lives better. And they want to see him return because they know their paychecks are bigger, their lives are better, they're getting jobs. They recognize he's delivered on the promises he made, and they want to see him reelected.
Well, and you actually just talked about the lower dollars in fundraising. The average donation is less than $200. And to me, this is to the president's campaign, to his reelection campaign, to the RNC. That says a lot because what that says is that there are so many people out there, the average American, who, like you say, their lives have been changed thanks to this president. They feel the impact of it. Now, they may not go out, Ronna, and tell a pollster that they want to vote for Donald Trump because the media has done a great job of trying to make us all somehow feel badly about supporting our president. Yep. But they're happy to give to his reelection campaign. They're happy to give to the Republican National Committee. That says a lot about the fact that there is a groundswell. There is the silent majority still out there for this president, right?
Yeah, they're passionate about it. And you see this as well as I do when we travel the country and you meet those people who thank the president and they say, thank you so much for doing this. Washington was broken. I didn't have a voice. I'm an average person. I didn't have a lobbyist. I didn't have a special interest. Thank you for actually being a voice of regular people who wanted to see their wages increase, who wanted to see good things happen, manufacturing coming back, lowest unemployment for the African American, Hispanic, and Asian community. Women are thriving under this economy. I mean, the results are there, and they know what's at stake. And as they see this lurch towards socialism and a total government takeover, people are saying, I've got to give to this president, even if it hurts me a little.
Yeah.
This is a big sacrifice for a lot of families to give $200. And they're saying, you know what, I have to do this because our country is worth it and this president's leading the way.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the Democrats, because what I think will become very, very clear the closer we get to November 3rd, 2020, is just how different you have an opportunity to vote for two very, very different things. How different the Democrat nominee will be versus the president. Because to your point, we are talking about full government takeover, socialism that they're proposing on the Democrat side, $93 trillion for the Green New Deal, things that I don't think the average American can get behind, versus the incredible prosperity and success that so many see under this president. So as we look forward to voting day, I think there will be a very clear choice for people out there.
Absolutely.
When it comes to this president. But I always think it's so interesting because people do feel like that this is a man who's finally stood up for them. And he's an unlikely person to do it, Rana, because it's Donald Trump after all, but somehow he's connected with so many people.
And you see it when you see his interactions. You know, I was with him recently, and a young 13-year-old boy had asked his parents, please don't throw me a bar mitzvah, give all my money to President Trump's reelection. And he got to meet the president, and the tears coming down his eyes, and the hug he gave the president, and the president was so touched. And when you see those interactions, he is a fighter. He went to Washington to fight for the American people. You know better than anyone. He did not need this job.
Nope.
He was an incredibly popular person. He obviously incredibly successful businessman, and he said we can do better. And he's gone there and done that and taken so much incoming. And it's so wrong what's happening. The Democrats, time and time again, trying to overturn this presidency. It literally is a coup every day between what's happening with Comey, with Strzok, with Page, now with the House. I mean, they cannot accept the results of the 2016 election. And that is why there's so much passion. We have to reelect him. We have to.
We do. And so we're just talking about the fundraising dollars. Obviously, we have a war chest between the campaign and the RNC, which is great news. But as we're looking to 2020, I mean, we're really building a championship team for the president's reelection. Tell me a little bit about how we're using the money that we're raising to invest in keeping this president in office.
So I think the word team is pivotal. We are a team.
We are.
And the RNC and the Trump campaign are really working as one team, which I think makes a huge difference. And Brad and I get along great, and you and Eric and Don Jr., everybody's on the field. But I do think the money that we're raising, we're spending wisely. We're already in these battleground states. We are identifying our persuadable voters. We're already talking to them. North Carolina 9 for Dan Bishop was a perfect example. We put a ground game in place from the RNC that knocked every person's door 4 times in that district that we thought were likely voters. I mean, that is a massive ground game. Then you have the president coming in and doing a rally where our data told him to go, and we see massive results in 2 counties that had previously gone more heavily for Democrats. So in conjunction with all that we're doing with our data operation, the fundraising, the ground game, registering voters, getting ready for 2020, we're in the best shape we've ever been, and we have the best person to lead our team in President Trump.
So, Rana, obviously there are so many people in this country that love the president, that are excited to get him reelected. If people want to volunteer, if they want to donate, where do they go?
Go to donaldjtrump.com. You need to do that. And then also text Trump to 88022. We need you engaged. We have a media that's totally against us. We have a Democrat Party that's against us. Don't let the record fundraising fool you. It's all hands on deck. We have to reelect this president, and it's going to be done through the grassroots and the help of all the people out there watching who get engaged. Text 88022 and go to donaldjtrump.com.
That's right. Well, as we look forward to the election, I always go back to 2016 and even 2015, when as a family, none of us had any previous political experience. The campaign looks very different this time around. As you're saying, everything is very streamlined. We feel very prepared as we head into an election year. And it's thanks a lot to your team as well, Rana. And the RNC and the campaign, we work hand in hand. We really are one team. And we couldn't do it without without you guys, and we want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're incredible out there. We see you every day out there fighting. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much, and thank you. You're the best family. I wish everybody knew you guys.
Aww.
You're so down to earth and nice and kind, and we're just so lucky, and I'm so sorry for all that you have to take, but the love out there for your family and for this president,
thank you.
It really does buoy this campaign, the RNC, and it's going to make sure that we reelect him because we need him.
You got that right. 4 more years.
4 more years.
The Democrats' impeachment inquiry is yet the latest act of presidential harassment. But while they chase after yet another hoax, Team Trump is busy building the best campaign operation in history. That's the real news for today. I'm Laura Trump from Studio 45 at Trump Tower in New York City. Thanks for joining us, everybody.